Hello and welcome to RVK's Newscast. My name is Valur Grettisson, of course. I'm going to show you an interesting place where there was a storm this weekend, and perhaps there's still some, you can see it still. Welcome to RVK's Newscast. This will basically be about COVID because we have a huge spike. Okay, first thing first, there's been a huge spike of COVID-19 in Iceland. The infection are like, we went from like 30 something up to 75 infection in one day. We're talking about last week, like 2 weeks ago, we had like 0 COVID infections, like 0 to 6 every day, but we're up to 75. The reason for this are pretty basic. We have not been very, like, what would you say? We've not been very good when it comes to cleaning our hands and respecting the 2 meter distance. Two bars, like one bar and one restaurant, are in a way responsible for this, like, to super spread, basically. We have found that 90 individuals with COVID went to these 2 restaurants, 1 bar, and one like fantastic restaurant actually, but I'm not going to name it. It doesn't really matter. But anyways, these people went out then afterwards, and they spread it to everyone, more or less. This means that we have now like gone from like 70 cases. I don't remember how it was in 2 weeks ago, but it was about that. But we have now 215 cases of COVID. And over 1,200 in quarantine, and so this is a mess, more or less. Today, like yesterday, they were announced today, there were 30 cases. The day before were 38. So we're going down, thankfully. We don't know what it means. Perhaps tomorrow it will be again 75 infections. It's no way to know actually right now. Also, there are more infections popping up in the schools. For example, my son's school, he's now quarantining, but only him. So thankfully, the kids they're not like they don't spread it as much as we do, and they don't get as sick as we do. But it's not likely that he has it or anyone around him. Basically, just because it was not that close to him. But you never know. So he's quarantining, and it's really boring for him right now. So let's see how that goes. Also, the students in the University of Iceland, they have to wear masks, and notably, they are the only one in Iceland that are like obligated to wear masks. I know in many countries all people are obligated to it, but Icelanders are not a believer in the mask system. So, I don't know, they're the only one. Also, the scientists, they believe that this wave, which is like accelerating very fast, started with 2 French tourists. They came to Iceland in August, and they were actually, they misunderstood the rules, so they went into the society and perhaps infected someone. But to be clear, Icelanders did all the spreading. We were not thinking when it came to anything. So, I mean, we are... Wait, Polly, Cody? I'm just gonna let her loose here. Cody. So the French tourists came here, but this was before we made the tougher borders, which includes 2 tests, and you have to quarantine for 5 days between. So it was part of the reason we did that was because of these 2 French tourists, because they were not the only ones that were like misunderstanding the rules and so on. So that happened. But Icelanders, of course, went out and about. We're huggers, we're kissers, and we're lovers. So we basically just spread it, obviously, in an incredibly many people. Also, and this is quite severe, our hospitals are in the alert phase. After 14 staff members got COVID-19 infections and 150 staff members are quarantining. This is of course exceptionally bad timing, as you can imagine. So this is like, we're like, the hospitals are in this dire times. They are also like facing their own obstacles, obviously. It's not clear how that happened, but these are like doctors, surgeons, and so on. So this obviously will affect them like heavily. And to other news, why are we here, you would ask? We're actually coming now to an area you can see here. You can see all the rocks here. What happened this weekend on Saturday, then you can see perhaps the waves here, the sea is quite, what do you call it, like it's breaking here. But on Saturday, the sea level was exceptionally high. That meant that there were waves coming over here, and you can see the stones here. You can see here like, what do you call it, grass and whatnot. And the sea was basically breaking over here, and there were even people in danger and cars. There was a bicyclist. He was bicycling just right here when a wave crashed on him. Luckily, he didn't like, you're gonna see the video actually. And luckily he didn't like, he was not hurt or anything. So he was fine, and everyone was fine. But it was quite a hectic moment. This means that the city council actually have promised to change this, because this is not the first time I've actually walked here in a stormy weather and got like a ocean over me because I was too close to the walls. But I mean, yeah, you can see like this is all here from the ocean, the rocks and what do you call it, thari? I don't remember the English word for this, but yeah, it's something. And more about the weather. The weather is like, you can perhaps see in the mountains here, everything is getting whiter. You can always see it in the autumn that when the winter is coming, then the mountain tops are getting whiter. In Siglufjörður, which is in the north, everything is white. It's just like snow there. So like everybody, we often say in a humorous way in Iceland, there is nothing called autumn in Iceland. Yeah, the winter is basically coming. You can see workers here. City workers are planning. It went all the way over there. Oh, you can also see here how it broke up here. This is to look out for whales here. And you can see there was like a concrete thing here, but it was completely shattered by the ocean, which is incredible, of course. Funny enough, when it comes to the pandemic, I've sometimes said this before. We often approach it like weather. It is like a quiet storm. I've often said this before, but not only that we have the top 3 scientists in Iceland. They have decided to use the same concept as we use for weather when it comes to the pandemic. So if it's like a yellow warning, it's like a city weather. Orange warning is like a really bad weather, and red warning means that you don't go out at all. This is the same now, with the pandemic, we use like yellow, orange, and red. And right now there is a red warning when it comes to the COVID, which means that me and Art should almost not being here together. But then again, we're like, if he has it, I have it. So it's like you have to choose who you're around, more or less. We have done this, and it's more of a guideline than anything else. Anyways, something more. Of course, remember our subscription, like the High Five Club. We really need your help, especially now. Things are getting harder and harsher, which means that we are basically everybody's of course like facing a lot of problems, but it's dire. So please help us there. Also remember our online shop. We're selling a lot of good culture, a culture that we actually personally love. So you can buy a lot of things there, books, t-shirts of course, and so on, and more. And like and subscribe, sorry. And yeah, I have to play with Polly. We're actually coming to a beach here. Polly, Cody. Okay. Okay, thank you. We'll see you again on Wednesday. Until then, like, subscribe. Goodbye. See ya.